This guy is so charming. He's so stable. Woo! Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and it is the level tests of Produce 101 Japan. I am so excited for this, looking forward to it. I was able to get it working on my computer, so hopefully we'll be able to take a look at these with zero issues. I have not watched a single episode of this show yet because I do not want to be influenced at all by any of the editing style of it before even looking at the level tests. So we're going to go through every single full cam. Hopefully I'll remember the timestamps as I do them. I'm going to make some notes, kind of, play the guessing game on where would I have these trainees fall in terms of A through F, as I believe the ranking structure of the Produce 101 series is. And I'm looking forward to, very soon after concluding the full cams, going to watch the first episode to see how accurate I was. We'll see. But yeah, you guys, I'm ready. I hope you are. Let's go. Okay, the first one is 3 United. Oh, they had replaced the audio because of copyright issues. So how can we even gauge this? I guess we can only go off of dancing. Because if their dancing's great, but they're not able to be vocally stable, then that makes it hard. Pretty cohesive. I like it. We also know that with the Produce series, oh, that was nice, little lock-in energy there. Whenever we're dealing with a show like this, I don't know how the Japanese one is, but normally they don't really get a kind of say of what kind of track they're doing. So this could either be great for them or not great, and we just won't know until after the show. Okay, my dancer with the khaki Nikes, he's pretty good in movement. I like the accents happening, especially for my guy with the opened up baseball tee. I like the fullness of my guy right here. This is a pretty long audition. Wow, this is like a full-on, no, not a full-on audition. Sorry, there's intros and outros. The wave was cool. Okay. Cool. My guy right here, Melbourne, he's from Melbourne, and then Lipa. And then I didn't catch that one. Okay, so they are done there. So A through F, A, B, C, D, E, F. So there's 6. So I'm going to say 2. The A and the B are going to be like the superiors. A is, they're an idol. Like they should be an idol already. They should be debuted, ready to go. B is like no mistakes, charisma. There's like one maxed out quality they have that is untrainable in a positive way. Like they have this charisma or performance quality that you don't see anywhere else, like a unique aspect, right? C and D are going to be works of improvement, but we can improve to get to that A and B tier. And E and F are just, we have a lot of work to do. This song was not for us. The vocalization is, you're at the bottom of the pool here, where it's really hard for us to know what to do with you like that, right? Now, I don't know if they're going to operate this as a we're here to grow and learn, or we're trying to sift through everybody and only keep those who can handle it. Because Boys 2 Planet was the latter. Boys Planet 1 was the former. So I don't know. 3 United. Going based off of vibes, off of movement. I can't tell you the vocals. Maybe they'll play it on the episode. I don't know. I'm gonna say I can see this will be influenced off of vocals, of course. Two of them I could see the C to B realm. Yeah. C, B times 2. One of them be like C, D. Because the choreography itself is not the most difficult, but we do have some light feet elements, and I would say the 2 that I really enjoyed were my Melbourne guy here and then my guy here, and I thought he did pretty good too. So that would be how I would kind of rank that. 3 United, 2 of them getting that CB, 1 of them getting a CD. I don't know, but we're gonna go ahead and move on. Next we have one called Career High. It's the name of our team here. Oh. I don't think they replaced the audio of this one. There's no accent or marking for it. His vocals are going to be a D, E, to F, fun movement. Movement is not that bad, but the vocals are not helping at all. He has a lot of potential in his vocals. Is it Rio? Okay, for this one, the vocals, everybody with the exception of Rio, I could see be put in the EF tier. Rio, I can say the dancing itself, we can put them in the CD, right? I would say they need to be together. I think synergy really matters for an audition because it can influence how somebody perceives and projects their assumption onto you. It sucks, but that's kind of how it is a lot of times. And also, I have no idea how strict or how lenient the judges are for who we have, right? Because I don't know. I'm just going off of what I would deem as an A type of performer versus an F type of performer, but everyone deserves a shot to stay and grow, personally. Rio, I would say we could put him, I hear a lot of potential in his vocals, so I'm going to put him as a D or an E. If he's an E, everybody else will probably be an E to an F for vocalization. Now, the dance itself would put them as a CD. So I'm going to put like a DE overall, if that makes sense. Because the dancing, I thought they had some really nice groove elements, and it was a tricky dance. They just weren't as together. And do the vocals influence the dance as much as it can? Maybe, maybe not. I try to look at them as separate entities, and then you combine the score together. But for vocals, it's very... I feel pretty confident about that, where we're going to be scoring really low on the vocal side. But the dance is what can salvage them in their rankings. But, okay, moving on. Next team is called Orange Range. I think they're going to be harsher on vocals for the Japan edition because Japanese music shows, you have to sing live. So I think that really, really matters. Rinto's good. Oh, we're showing fatigue in the vocals. Oh my god. He's a dancer. Uh-oh, it's not showing my mic. Right there. He's a dancer. You really see it in his movement. Okay, so the person who I said was a Rinto, I think Rinto will score well. I could see the B, C. A, I don't know. There's not, no one's given that A energy yet, but I will say B maybe for Rinto. But remember with like the very first one, 3 United, I didn't hear the vocals at all, so I could have been completely overshooting their what they scored because I didn't have vocals nor the actual track. But Rinto, we have the track. B or C, maybe. The Mr. Dancer, I don't know who it was. Was it him? Freaking great. I would say his movement may get him to B. So I forgot his name. But that guy right there. Y'all will be able to fact check me, or it'll be fun to kind of see and know. But yeah, guys, I love doing this because I really, like, when I tell you I have zero clue who any of these people are, it's an understatement. And I have no idea what the even structure of this show for the Japanese side looks like. And I'm so excited to watch just to have my curiosity, like, concluded and just we could figure it out, right? Okay, cool. Love it. Next one. Oh, wait, no. For the other two. Other two, I would say, we'll put them as, like, C to D because they're not as off. You could just tell they sounded fatigued because of the dance. Like, they were not stable because of the dance. If they were standing still, would it be different, right? So I'm not going to give them all the way down to the E, the F, because those guys, even though their dance, I would say, was more complex, they were way more unstable even when they were stationary. So I'm going to say CD for all others. This one was fun. I like the vibes of this one. Oh, we got some flexibility in that back corner. He's unfortunately going to be an EF, CD from the yellow. We got some fullness though. Okay, Sora. I give that a BC tier vocal. go. Cool. So far, all of our routines we've seen, everyone's a decent dancer. Like, no one is a lost cause on the dancing at all. It's the vocals. Okay, with this one, I'm gonna say Sora should score the highest out of them all. Because he held it down in movement, just like all of them did, right? Which I like. I like the fact that the dancing's pretty good. So it's really, most of my choices are gonna be coming down to the vocals. Man, so I'm gonna say Sora. I'm gonna give him a B. Because he was full of energy, and every time we heard him, he was very, very stable. My Mr. Red here, was it Akira? Akira, I'm going to give him a salvageable D+. D+. Because he was unstable, and then he got stable, right? Well, maybe we'll give him a C-. C-, we'll do that. There we go. For my others, like Haruku, unfortunately, I would put them in the EF tier. I don't think if there's anybody... Like, if they were poor at dancing, then they would get a solid F. But none of them have been, which is why I can't feel comfortable giving anybody an F so far. E would be the lowest I'm going so far. So I'm going to say the rest are going to be pulling E, but it's the vocals that are dragging all of them down on my personal rankings that we're seeing here. But we're still here for a good time. I'm having a lot of fun with this. And the songs are... It's an interesting palette of music that we're hearing too, compared to what I'm used to hearing, which is in the K-pop space. I like getting exposed to different genres of the J-pop realm. So, very nice. Next one. Okay, this one is JO1 track.
Melody line. I just can't move on until it's all over. 한날의 마루에 와사기라. 세모노와 get down. 원수도 beat down. 가스가라 beat yeah. 아스팔트도 red flying. 소리가라 move so what we are forever. Here we go. 導く僕らの光。音の波を乗りこなして一緒にいるだけでもパレ歩み楽しんで今この瞬間レディオビジョンまた輝く日奥 Come on 思い出になるいつか今日は
No one's standing out of vocal potential right now. So they're all going to be probably in the E. Maybe one of them could go F. I'm going to give an E for this. Across the board for all of them. He may go F. Because he's tone deaf. Which is hard. Oh, we show some abs. It's always the freaking dancing that makes it hard on whether they're going to go F, because the dancing is not bad at all. And I will tell you too, if you watch these without listening to them sing, would you view them more positively? I would say to a degree, yes, because you're not hearing the vocals with the movement. You're just seeing the movement. And I think everybody's holding it down pretty well. So I'm a happy camper there as a dance individual myself. Yeah, I'm going to say for this one, they're all going to be in the E to F range. I think that's pretty safe Who's gonna go where? I don't know. I do think one of them could go F because of it's not just like struggling to vocalize. He's tone deaf, so that's way trickier to fix than just learning to create stamina with your vocal projection. Okay, next one. This one is Dream Again. I like those pants. I like those pants a lot, actually. Okay, here we go. Guys. Nice. Oh, cool. That song's cool. It's really just switching. It's in a vocal range that's hard for them to switch between falsetto and chest voice. That's hard. Oh, love how full he is. Wow. I would put them in B. I feel pretty good about that. It's the vocals that are keeping them from A. Because of the switch happening, could it be song? Maybe. Could they have chosen it? I don't know. We've heard a swing between the two, right? Their dancing absolutely would be considered on the A side. Two of them, especially for A. I love the charisma, the projection, the fullness of it. And the texture. That's what I'm really looking at, is their groove. It's a really nice quality. But the vocals, because of that switch, I'm going to keep them B for me. But I see all of them being on that B tier with some degree of confidence. They're definitely in the upper ranks out of the ones that we've seen thus far. Even if I'm like very generous or very harsh, if you just scale it accordingly, they're going to be near the upper side versus the lower side for what they brought here. That was really nice all together. And they add a little harmony moment too, which I thought was really cool. Next one, Goosebumps. Oh, we're full. Good projection. We're not good on our timing there vocally. We got there though. Everyone's holding it down pretty decently. Good projection there. Back tuck! Oof! Did he knock his knees on the ground? He's probably gonna score well. Mr. Low Note there. A little bit off there. But there's room.
social future 思い描く未来がある結末は君次第だ See, you got them goosebumps
You got them goosebumps? Hey! Hey!
You will get goosebumps ドゥンドゥンバラバラほんの少々ドゥンドゥン見てみな You like it frozen ドゥンドゥンこれから
Cool. The little at the end. That was cool. So I'm gonna say this one's gonna be maybe one of my guys as a B. The rest probably C because of the vocals, man. Okay, I would say it's a mixed bag, B and C with this one, with all of them. Because we had some who were off on the timing of their vocals. But I haven't encountered this before. Of course, I need to see more. I've not encountered a case in a survival show where every single grouping that's gone, everybody is competent in movement to a degree where none of them would fail in dancing, which I think is really cool. Now, I could encounter one where I just eat my words, but I think this one, my priority for me, which is fascinating considering that I really care about the dance side, unique textures and grooves that you see from participants, that's going to factor into who gets an A more so than can they actually dance. I would say all of them can so far, which I think is cool. The vocal side, not very many we have found to be stable. And that's where I think the separation is going to happen. That's my hypothesis. But I will find this out when I watch the episode myself. But I cannot wait to hear y'all's thoughts on how accurate or how off am I. I have no idea. But we're going to move on to the next group. All right. Lee Hao, Psychic Fever Paradise. Okay. We got a feminine posture.
Welcome to my paradise. You need to mine. Yeah, I can make it shine. You know you are my everything. Wanna make it mine.
They're gonna get. We're stable. We're just off on timing. I can see them go C to D.
I am the no game to my paradise. Welcome to my paradise. Let me see move, move, move. Give me no paradise.
My guy right here is taking a lot of responsibility as a vocalist. He's one of the first that I would say scores on the lower end of dancing. But could it... Oh. That was short. Okay. So for it to not be very stable, for him to not really project in movement, I can see him score pretty low, like the DE realm. But I'm going to go more D. My guy here, I would give more D+, but I wouldn't travel into the C, if that makes sense. But the timing was off, but he was stable. So that's why I'm like holding on to them. Out of the two, he's going to score higher, Mr. Blonde over Mr. Brunette, if I were to gander my guess there. If this gets shown in the episode and you know the results. So I'm going to say, I don't know where they would fare. This is a very interesting one. I have to go off of what I've already set and established for my own criteria here. We're going to go Brunette. He is going to be, see, I don't think he's E, but it's so short. I'm going to give him like the highest E one could be, and then like the lowest D. And then Mr. Blonde, I'm going to give him, it's because I'm giving Blonde D. Well, maybe move him to C. C minus, D plus, that realm. I see him there. But yeah, man, this is really fun though. Next group, East 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our show. Are you ready to be captivated? Once you step inside, there's no turning back. Now, let's go! 君の話は素直に聞くよ だから怒らないで一緒に帰ろう baby
Stable.
何があったのちゃんと言ってよ僕は君の虜さいつも不器用なあなただけど負けちゃいそうな時はそばにいて
It's just a break. We're in his vocal range.
君の希望を引っ掛ける罠さどんなにしてもダメな僕だけど君だけは離さないドキドキ一人もポロポロ溢れる雫も抱きしめてみせるよ君が欲しいからキラキラへ描く未来どんどん過ぎる今夢は叶うかなそんな君が好き
So we have simpler dancing on this one. The calling response is really cute. I like the performance. That was a nice choice. That's cute. There's a charming element to them. I wouldn't score them higher than C, but we really like seeing them here. So I'm going to say C, D for all. I think more is going to be on the D side than the C side. Some of them can hold a note, which would be the upper end of that side. The B is like, we're pretty much ready to debut. Give me a better song is really what we're at, right? With complexity of movement and things of the like, we're not cracking in our vocals. Maybe one of them will skirt down to E, but I see them more in the D realm collectively. Next is Pick a Boo.
You are my special. You are my special. I want no control over my soul. So you sense you know me. I can't try to back you my soul. You know it's love me set I love you baby. 歌い続けましょう。どんな試練ものもどんな予想ものも心燃える。You it does the upper, she does that uncontrolled. You are my special.
It's a little shaky. They have good intensity. They're very stable. Wow. There's charisma in both of their choices, which is really nice.
We're special.
I thought they did very well. If they're not, I mean, the lowest they're going to go is B. I mean, I could see them crack the A threshold. Is he no, he's not the guy that's center. I was able to find the center guy in the battle challenge, but I don't know if I'd be able to find him here. Maybe him? I don't know. But I can see them as A people, because I do know that our judges have to have a certain number of A, certain number of B, and travel it all the way down, because that's like the back end logistics. You have to have like, you can't just have like one A and then everybody else is D. Like, you gotta have it pretty equal across, so you have little, it helps with the aesthetic of the, what is it? The stage, right? Of the, oh my god, why can't I think? Of the signal song stage. That's what I mean. And also for normally the first challenge, you get the A's and the B's and all that kind of stuff as well. So I'm going to say they're going to be A. or like the highest B level one can find. But that's for both of them. I have more confidence that they would be in the A sector. They're stable, full. It doesn't look like, I think there was only one little moment with a tiny hiccup of a vocal, but I don't know if that was because of the track itself or if it was because of him as an artist. I don't know. So when in doubt, remove that section. I'm going to say there are first, at least on my review, there are first A's. Next, another JO1, SuperCali. Is he ice on my teeth right there, my brother? Huh. He's... Oh, nice. Okay. He's pretty stable for the most part. Mr. Trenchcoat, ice on my teeth. He's the least stable out of the three, but it's still more stable than the average. Ooh, he's got charisma. We're going to give him that. And that is an element, too, that is hard to measure when you're not physically there. Charm and charisma. That can really help project positively the type of performer you are. I can't have that here unless I was physically there, which I'm not. Okay, I'm going to say 2 out of 3, or I'm going to give my boy here. He'll probably be, I'll give him B. If I give him B in the last group, the pickup booth, they're going to be A's. And I felt, yeah, okay. My guy here, he'll be the highest C, lowest B. He'll be like on the middle to high, and then he'll be like in the lower to middle B. But I could see him on the high C. So I'll say 2 or B, 1 is C. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Because he wasn't very stable in some of his elements, but he did have a charismatic finish. He was stable for the most part, but there wasn't a unique charm to the vocals or the movement quality. Next is Spicy. Wait! This is so strange. It sounds like a song that we've heard from the challenge, but it's not. Iris out. Bim bum ba bim bum bum. Okay, I know the song. Ba bim bum bum. I really like this. Yo. That was very captivating. Oh man. I've heard the da bing bum bum bing bum bum bing bum. I've heard that section, but I haven't heard the beginning part. So I may give him, I kind of want to give him A. A to like the highest B, but like A because of how charismatic, captivating, they passed off, they performed. They had great projection, and that would be a case where you would really see if they lock in that spot whenever it's a Signal song and they have to audition with that. But they did, this was probably one of my favorite auditions out of them all. So I would probably give them A, because as much as we want to just limit it to the vocals and the movement, if I can feel it through the screen, their performance, it kind of feels like you ever get to this part of the season of a survival show and they're doing the talent show? It feels like that, but it's so charming. And I think there is something to be said about that, because you need to have some sense of a performer quality. They absolutely have that. Especially my guy right here. He was awesome. So I'm gonna lean A. They are not getting lower than a B. Like, that's gonna be like a high B. I do think the Peekaboo group is gonna be AA. This one, I could see join them. I could. Next, we are covering a 1 or A track. I know this group.
I had to bend my back, running like this, I want it like that. Girl, looking pretty in person, I'm getting bustin' in the black cat. One time, and I 99, to my own and all this, cause your money ain't what. And ain't over till it's over. But how we found the reasons, I don't feel ashamed. You could call it an addiction, cause now we line the pen. I can't face the issue, but you might be my worst.
I think I recognize the Wolf Cut guy. Middle's getting A. Middle's getting a B. C is middle. A, B, and C. You're getting all three. Maybe 2 C's and an A. Santa's getting A. I feel it in my bones. Yeah, he's starting to drop. I was giving him B. I may give him C. God, he's so stable. Oh my God. Like, that's like, it's crazy when you get such stark letter differences between people. So him, I recognize him, I think, from the group battle if he didn't change his hair. I may recognize him because his tone is so clear and I really like his tone. And I'm normally drawn to people with likable tones. And so I'm going to say Kenta's going to be an A because he was stable, clear, and he was full. So we're giving him an A. That's like the most confident one I can give. I'm going to give Mr. Wolfcut, Mr. Blonde Wolfcut, hopefully, or a mullet. I don't even know. Mr. Blonde, I'm going to call him that. I'm going to give him a C because he was making lots and lots and lots of mistakes. And then the guy in the white, I would also give him a C too because he wasn't stable in his tone. And that's the downside when you're with somebody who would be like the letter A, right? Like Seta. He's so clear and strong. Like that, it makes him look really good, but it also could make them get judged a little bit more strictly because you have a baseline that's so high like that, right? So I'm going to say Kate's an A. These two are going to be C's if we're keeping to the letter system. Next, it's in Japanese, but it's Show the World. He was okay. The very first guy's gonna be getting an E or an F. But he can dance! Crazy. Hey! Okay. Yeah, I find this hilarious of the fact that like everybody's good at dancing. There's maybe like one person I was like, he's a bit on the stiffer side, but everybody else can hold it down. I'm gonna say this one, they're gonna be, no one's getting higher than a D. And I think I'm being generous with the D. I think some of them were somewhat stable. Their movement, I would say their movement's what's gonna keep them from the E and the F. My guy who is tone deaf, meaning that he didn't hit really a proper pitch for most of it, I could see him get an F for that, but his dancing was at least C level, like C to B, which is what I find crazy about this whole thing, is I could be so on the money and I could be completely off the whole time. Anyway, but I'm going to say D to F is going to be the range of this group. I don't see anybody sticking out. There's no Keta in this group, is my point. Next is the ice. Okay. Oh, his pants are really fun. The only person I could see get past a D so far is my guy in the back corner here. Right here. Wow. Oh, cute. With a cute little finish. Okay, my guy in center, he's gonna be at least a B. A? Maybe. But he doesn't have the kind of charisma and projection the way that Keta that I gave an A to, and he was stuck out amongst the others. These two I can see be C to D. I would say more D because we had a little bit of a tone, not tone deaf, but like we were very, very, very unstable. So I'm going to give D times 2 for the other two. And then for him, I'd give a B. But I could see it similarly, where my guy right here could probably get an A, maybe. He was very stable, and there was a charming element to him. And he gives us the reliability when it was his turn, which I think is really important. And then these two struggled on the timing of their respective tracks, which is why I gave them a D over a C. All right, this team, they are dancing, performing to Milk. 君だけを見つめてるんだどんな時も味方でいるよ誰かのために生きなきで君は君らしく輝けない振り向いた顔その涙も唯一無二さOh, I think I got my first F. Like my first confident F, unfortunately. It's Haruto in center. It's kind of adorable though. He's gonna get an E, possibly F. I love that you hear everybody. This guy is so charming. Oh, it makes me want to root for him, you know? What was him getting far? I don't know. He reminds me of the Red House, Blue House of the first season of Boys Planet, right? He's... Oh. So I could see my guy here get a D. But the other two are gonna get E's and F's. I would say an F, stronger. Like, May could escape the F to an E, but my brother Haruto, who, yes, was so charming and just, it warms my heart to see him. I'm probably gonna give him an F, unfortunately. And then my guy here, didn't stick out in a way where he gave that confident in the charm of an A or a B. Not really a C, but I can give him D energy. D times 1. So that's who I would put here for that. We're doing a Boy Next Door track. I know this track. This is not in his vocal range. Tokia. Fantastic mover. I think his dancing's what's gonna save him from a lower level. Yeah, watch him. Wow. Ah! Ooh. Okay. So for this one, I really like how he dances. So if anyone's going to get out of the realm of the D to F, it is Tokia. But I would say everyone's going to be, they're another D to F range. I know that's it's like a 3-star equivalence range, but it is. None of them are at an A, B, or even a C for me. I would say movement-wise, Tokia is a B. Possibly an A. I think it depends on song choice and movement progression, right? So, oh my gosh. I see 3 of them getting the same, him getting 1 up because of his dancing. I'm going to say these 3, he's going to be, if they're all Fs, he's an E. If he is a D, they're an E. So there's like a 1-letter difference. That's what I'm going to put. 1-letter difference. And what's really funny too about this is that we know, y'all definitely know, that not all of these are going to show in the episode. So there's about probably half of them that I won't know what letter they got. And then also, it would really suck is if I go to watch the episode and they do stars instead of letters. Because then I have to reconvert all of this. That's life. But anyway, that's what I'm going to put for this team. Next team, Angels, DXTEEN. He sounds like a B so far. C for him. I'm gonna give him B in the Letterman jacket. The other two are gonna be C to D. For him, he's a D. That pop was cool. Okay, cute. I'm gonna give him, what's his name? Patrick. Patrick's gonna get a B. It's not because he doesn't have dance or vocals that really send him off to that A for myself. I would say my guy in center, Michael. He's from LA. Oh, these are LA boys. Okay, fun. Okay, I was like, oh, I know that name. I'm gonna give Michael a D, and then my other guy here, my Letterman guy, I'm gonna give him a C. So say B, C, D. Yeah, so B, D, C. That's gonna be my little gander for this group. Welcome to Japan, the LA boys. This one, Dean Fujioka, Be Alive. Ooh. It started off so intense. The vocals, not so much. He's on a completely different song. That was a nice Nike freeze. He doesn't have a lot of performance quality. He may be getting an F. Ah, Itsuki. He may get a D. Oh man, if I ignore the dance, like the dance had some nice moments in it. I would say he may be getting an F, which really sucks. Like I feel bad whenever I feel like that's gonna be in someone's future, because it just doesn't make you feel good. So a lot of times it makes you feel embarrassed because you're like, was it really that bad? There's just a lot of area for improvement, a lot of room for improvement with his choices when it comes to performance, quality, projection, quality of movement, things like that, and the vocals. The one who I could see salvage their way out of E to F would probably be Takumi here, possibly. Probably see a D in his future. I don't know if we'd go C, but I think it's Takumi. Was it Yuto? It was one of those two. Hold on. Him. Yeah, I think he can probably salvage his way to D. So to say he's gonna get a D. All else will probably get an E. Oh man, okay. But the drum in the beginning was really, really cool. X-Cheese woke up.
the caption, take it how you want to take it. Left to be second, left to take another planet, left to make another statement. MC, baby,
Get the name.
spell it out, you can hear it. Spell the times when you turn it. It's better fire when it's burning.
Philippines.
Jump in a group out tower when I hop out by this day. Look at my feet right now and just woke out of my bed. Fix my hair, fix my makeup all the way. On to the next time, found for the great, thinking about JO1. A little more than ordinary, all the very underestimated, living all you broke. I'm shot and jumping, I don't wanna hear it, I don't wanna feel it, keep it all the low.
He's from Brunswick?
I don't want to bury it. Yo, my entertainment, fascinated, and just loving the soul. 48 laws of power, let it go with a big one, I'll keep going. Watch me rip, though, watch me step like what's what I think so. I don't wanna hit this hard in the intro, bring that bar like
6-4.
Fly me Tokyo, rap in a spirit, and catch my rift up. Woke up looking like this, so don't get under my skin. Woke up looking like this. Woke up looking like this, so don't get under my skin. Woke
Nice.
up looking like this.
So I think my guy here from Manila, I would probably put him in C, probably the low B. Yeah, I put my guy here. He's from Bangkok. Is that what it is? Okay. I would give him. He's gonna score higher in letter than this guy. So I'm gonna say my Manila guy. He will do B to C. I'm leaning more B. Then my Bangkok guy probably C to D. More on the lower C side for that. But, I mean, I thought they did pretty okay. They did really good projection on the dance itself, but they were kind of just coasting and just trying to say the words versus adding variety and pizzazz or variety of tone, like charisma within how you project within the track. Okay, these are K trainees. It's interesting, out of all the Anteam songs, this is the one. But it could be because they're K trainees. So it's a Korean falsetto. For these guys, I can see lean high C for both of them, I think, because not very clear and stable. You know, I may put them more on line with my Manila guy. Like, wherever the Manila guy goes, they're gonna go, is what I feel. So I'm gonna lock that in. I'll say B to C for both, because they have good intensity. The dance can be very tricky to do. And you could tell that their vocals were being influenced from the movement. And that's something that can be an area of improvement for sure. That's not giving A energy, but it is giving a competitive C or a low B for sure, though. Next is Vondi. A band. This This may be the wrong show for them. Steel Heart Club would have been a really good show for them to try for. Unless they don't actually perform these instruments, but they were told they needed to have something charming like this. See? They're coming away from the instruments now, and they're dancing. Okay. He's struggling on the dance side. He's also... Oh. Now the non-dancers are coming out to play. It sounds like they're lagging behind the track. So he has dancing ability. Ooh. Ooh. Oh boy. I think his movement is what saved him from F. I think they're all going to be F except for him. He may be E. And then F times 2. Yeah. I love the idea of the band, but also I think because they're not, like, that's not a specialty. It just looks like they were just doing the bare minimum of it to be like, look, we could be in a band. Instead of, I could be competitive in this, right? Like, enough to where I'm not dancing and I'm choosing to use this instrument. It wasn't a positive contribution, personally, compared to other things they could have done. Like the twirler that we saw a little bit ago, right? So I don't expect them to score very well for this, unfortunately. Okay, this one. 17 home run. That was fun. That's a unique tone. They're great. If they keep it like this, at least a B. Woo! Cool. They did very well. They're at least B. I can see them creep their way to A. Because I don't have very many A's. So I don't have a lot of confidence that they'll be A. But they are not dropping lower than a B for sure. I think my rapper guy, he gives A charm in the vocals. Or in the rap. And then in my other guy, he was very stable and didn't really shake that much. So I'm going to say I have more confidence in the A than the B. I could see them be like an all-star equivalent. So that was great. All right, these are Buzz Up. Okay. I like the harmony in the middle. Better play that guitar. Let's go. This is a good example of positively contributing by using a specialty skill. Back handspring, fun. They're all like, look at all that effort. Okay, I can see all of them be B. I can see him creep his way up to A because of the specialty skill that added to his charm. So I'm going to say these guys, which will, with my home run group that we just saw, I'm going to solidify that they're in A because I would put 3 out of 4 B here. 3 to 4, and then I would put one of them as an A because of how he projected with the specialty skill. That would be my initial thoughts for this one. Okay, next one is Freshman. Nah, okay. He's struggling on the dance side, but he's holding his own. More on the D side on vocals. Oh, that's an EF vocal there. He was pretty okay. Yuma's okay. C for him. This is hard. He's stable in vocal. A little bit strained there. That was okay. That was okay. Okay, Wise Shoe, I think will score higher than everybody else. Maybe, was it my guy right here? Hold on. Yeah, Ryoga. So Ryoga and Shu will be the two that get, let me say, like, maybe C. And then everybody else is going to get, like, maybe one person's D. And then we got a couple people that are going to be trickling on F. F to E. Well, I'll say E. A little bit more confident there. So I'll say C times 2, one person on D, and the rest E. Yes. That's what I'm going to lean on for this. Because vocal projection is a big thing. We were pretty uncoordinated about the middle of it. Those were the two that stuck out in stability and reliability whenever they were featured in their moment. So that's why I'm going to lean on that. But it's really tricky when you have 6 people compared to 2, where it's like, if you don't know them, it's hard to tell, like, who was a staple in the beginning versus the one in the middle versus one at the end. And so it's hard to know who's carrying the weight of the team or who is letting the movement affect their vocals, and vice versa, right? So that's the tricky part about large quantities like this for a level test. We have another Woke Up. Oh, I wonder which one was first.
Yeah, a little more than ordinary. On a very underestimated, leaving all you broke. I'm the judge and jury, I don't wanna hear it. I'm the one that can't keep it. I'm the least automated, I'm demotivated. To my head is your ordinary.
Yeah.
Fascinated, I'm just like, it's so hilarious. Woke up looking like this, so don't get out of my skin. Woke up looking like this. Woke up looking like this, so don't get out of my skin. Woke up looking like this. Yeah, life works go easy. Tag it out, graffiti, just popping an alley, that's where I go. Lift the shot and that's all I know. Supervision, yeah, that's due to superstition. Watch me do everything, everywhere, all at once, all the time, all around the world. C to the OC, oh, doesn't mean low down mercy. You're cream but act like an OG. You're raw but the beat like an OG. Get ready for it from the back. Look at the view for the max. And then more wolf for the back. So I just move for the tag. Let's go! Woke up looking like this, so don't get out of my skin. Woke up looking like this. Woke up looking like this, so don't get out of my skin.
Haha! Oh, great movement from my middle guy. They got a lot of charisma, which matches this track. I think our judges may mesh all of them into a group A because of how they fared with that. I'm trying to... Let me see my previous woke up team. I gave them B's and C's. I could see these guys be A and B. So I'm going to do that. I would say maybe at most 2 I would give confidence that would be an A. But they may lump them all in for the A because I've seen judges do that where like the whole team carried each other. So we're all going to give you and honor you with the highest award, whatever, and then some itemize it. So I would say at least 2 of them, at least the very first guy, and then the guy who I had said was a really, really good mover. I could see those guys being A rank for that group. But out of the 2 woke ups, my preference is this one because they provided the exact thing I gave a note on for the previous woke up group. Charisma in the vocalization. And also their diction, I think, was better here than the other woke up team because it's all English. Next is a team that's doing TXT, Can't Stop. Okay. That was okay. That was okay. This one's tricky because there's like some really, really good stable moments, and then there's moments that are it's just oh man, it was hard to keep track. I gotta look at this one again. Like I hear the potential of the vocal, but they don't hit the vocal. Do you know what I mean? But they give that we can do it, but we're not showing you that we can do it. Like that strain there. But they have great performance. Like that was pretty good. You know what I mean? Like that was great. I'll put him as B. My guy right here. I like him. The whites. I'm gonna call him a white shirt. B. There are others who are projecting a performance more than he is, which is why I'm not giving him an A. I could see maybe one other person in this group get a B, but I'll say the rest would get C. No one's getting lower than a C in this group, if we're doing it off of letters. But I would say the one who's going to score the highest out of them, I would personally give to the white shirt because of the vocal consistency. However, if we're going off of movement, my guy, the red hair, I would say he could do pretty well because he has a really nice projection there. And white shirt meaning my guy right here, right? Okay, yeah, that's what we're going to land on for this team. This one is high teens. This is nice. Yeah. Yeah. 2 out of 3. I would lean to A. One of them, it's because of his vocal. I would keep him in B. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. It's gotten better. Okay, I would have 2 of the guys. I'd move them to A. And then my guy here, I'd be like, it's because of his vocal. But like the beginning projection was awesome. They all were A's. And then he dropped to B to me because of his vocal. Could it be just my tone preference? Maybe. That's something in J-pop that I have learned is there are times where there's certain artists where they're just not my cup of tea in terms of vocals, but he could be for someone. I don't know if he is sounding strained or not, but I do think this group, they're going to do very well. I can see them in the A's and B's, more on A than B side because of the charismatic performance projection. I think that is a component that, yes, is subjective, but it does matter because a lot of times you're going to have J-pop groups perform for people online. Most people are going to see them on the internet. So how you choose to project can really help in shaping what kind of artist you want to be. So that's why I would say these guys are going to score pretty high for that reason. Okay, we have West Kids, NCT Wish, Wish. I have reviewed this choreo. If they do it. A little bit awkward in our groove, especially my guy third over. Right here. He's pretty stable.
Yeah, keep on looking there. We going up to the wall. It is coming, yeah.
That's it. That's an E right there. E vocal. E F vocal for that. My guy in the blonde's doing pretty okay. I could see him score pretty high out of everybody. The guy that I said had like that E, F vocal, he's gonna be an F. So we're getting at least like, we're gonna get 1 F. I'm gonna give a D. My guy right here, unfortunately, does not have a competitive movement quality, so I could see him fall into D for that, even if he has a stable-ish vocal. Oh gosh, I'm gonna do 1D, 1C. I can see him, if he's gonna trickle, if anything, he'd be like the lowest B, or the high, like a high C, low B. My guy right here, in the blonde. But his movement's great. This guy here. I'm giving him B. I'm gonna give him a B. If he goes to A, I won't be surprised. But I'm gonna be a confident B there. Very stable. But then my gotta go right after. Oh. Oh. Oh, you know what? Hold on. My guy. Oh, ooh, ooh. My two guys here, I can see B, possibly A, even with a high note. He did very well. It's the movement, I think, for me that's hard to give him an A for. But I'm gonna say B for both, and I'm gonna give one of them. He's gonna be a C, and then this guy's like an F. Okay, so I deflect that. We're gonna do 2 Bs, possibly 1 A out of those 2 Bs. So it would be BA, BA. He's gonna be like a C. He's gonna be an EF. Yeah. Next one. Ayumu Uematsu. Ooh. I've heard his song Baseline. Bit stiff and awkward on his movement. A little bit behind the music. These guys are going to be the lowest Ds or highest Es. I'm going to say low D. The reason why I say D and not E is because their projection and their performance, I think, helped. Even though they did have a stiffer posture, they still projected, and I think that's important. They did try their best to perform. Their vocals were unstable, but not so unstable that we were cracking, nor switching between chest and falsetto. We also were lagging behind the music, so I think we weren't very timely. But they weren't a lost cause by any means. They're not tone deaf. They're not an F. So I would give D, but not a solid D like others that I would have put in their letter category. But their performance is what salvaged them from going to the E for myself. Okay, this one's in all Japanese. So I don't know the song or the name. He's teetering. He's an E right now. That guy. Guy with a two-tone pink has more projection and movement. One's from Toronto, one's from Seoul. Where's he from? He's from Seoul. Okay. Made it work. Not the cleanest Ariel, not the cleanest Valdez either. He does a little popping moment. Oh, okay. Yeah, so he, I would say, is the most proficient in movement. And then my guy with the light pink and white, he, goodness, he did pretty good on the vocal side in terms of clarity. Okay, this one, in the beginning, they did start out like E's and F's. Oh, the guy right here, my guy who's the two-tone pink, he's pretty good in movement, but unfortunately he struggles on proper pitch. Or the song is very much like that, and it's just not my preference. It could be that. He sounds out of breath already, and it is the first 10 seconds. So unfortunately, I can see him fall. I'm going to call Fuzzy Pink. I may see him fall to F, which sucks. If he's E, I wouldn't be surprised either. Excuse me. Maybe my guy here, I'll give him pink and white. He's gonna be, I'm gonna give him D. Probably do that. He's got decent movement, but I would probably put him, because of his vocal, I'd probably give him E. Watch me be like so harsh to everybody. Gosh, I'd feel so bad. But that's, I think they're gonna fall to the D to F range, basically, is what that is. One will be, I don't think they'll all be the same letter though. I don't think. Because one of them has good movement, but not the best vocal. One has a decent vocal. Movement's not where it needs to be, and then the other guy just looks like, sounds fatigued and looks fatigued. And I think that contributes to the overall performance that they brought for this. Okay, out of all the songs, before we get into this, out of every single song that could possibly be auditioned for in the face of the earth, Stand Out Fit In by One OK Rock is my favorite J-Rock song of all time. It is my Instagram theme song. If you go to my Instagram page, this is the song that's there. So I'm like, I'm trying not to project, but I really, really hope this goes well. Different key. This is a really good house song. There's normally not choreography to it either. Oh, please be good. Adam from Honolulu. Come on, Adam. Woo! Well, I'll be. Oh my God. Adam's my favorite vocalist that I've heard from every single audition of this level test. Fantastic. Not because it's this song, but because of his tone. Let's have a little listen. Utah, I guess he put in A because he held it with Adam. However, I don't think his vibrato style matches the type of BPM this is, or key that this is. It's this vibrato for the type of tone it is. However, I know this song more than most of the others in the level test. So it could just be my lack of awareness of the other discography being presented on the level test where I couldn't hold others to that same type of accountability. Anyway, so with Yuta, I would personally put Yuta in B because we could work on the performance of physicality. Adam's tone alone would put him in A. Like 1,000%. Love his tone so much. Not only that, he did pretty decent on whatever movement this is. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. There's no choreography to this song. So it's either they had to make it. I just want to be myself out. Be someone else. That's all I needed. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that this song was used for an audition. Can I just say that? I never thought I'd see the day of a 1OK Rock track being used for a produce show. What? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Next is Reshine. They're doing Pentagon song, Shine. I like this song.
Nobody knows. Nobody's like you. 유비가 나쁜데 I'm sorry. 다음에 나 보고 알아.
The fact they're consistent, regardless if they're still, to going really, really full. That guy, unfortunately, I think is slowly sinking to E. Okay, so I'm going to give my guy here, he's going to be an E. And the reason why he's not F is because his dance and performance, I think, helped with that. So I'm going to say Mr. Red. No, that's not how you spell red. Mr. Red, I'm going to give E. The other two, I could see be D. But if he's F, they would be just a letter above him. Is how close they are, yet the separation. And side note, these shoes I have in dark brown. Those are really nice shoes. I'm surprised he's wearing them to dance in, because I wouldn't wear mine to dance in, but live your life. I digress. I really like the beginning and the performance of it. I do think their vocals really didn't work well for a track like this, because Pentagon is known for their live vocals too, and that doesn't help, because we've heard a lot of really successful covers of their song, so this doesn't help, I think. Okay, we have one that's any. They're so full. For this one, I wouldn't give them... I mean, their performance is A. Their vocals, C. So, to meet in the middle, I would give them B. Because their vocals do not match. They really do... it's either they can sing, but they let their bodies really get ahead of them on that, and it caused the singing to suffer, which, in the J-pop landscape... you gotta be able to sing live. So having to regulate that is really, really important. So I do think they dropped a lot on the vocals, but their performance was so high, I could still see them survive as a B. I don't expect them to survive as an A. I would be surprised by that. So for this team, I would say all of them across the board, which helped on the synergy. I think all of them would go B, but because of the imbalance of the vocal to performance. Not as much of an imbalance as other groups that I've seen, but this one I had a lot of clarity of the group as a whole, where they would fall. And finally, log in any Rocketeer.
Let's go!
Excuse me. He's very charismatic. My guy right there. Wow. Woo, cool. Great movement performance. Nice. Oh, don't look fatigued. Oh, man. He hit it. Okay. There's two guys in particular. I would say I would low-key give my guy right here an A because of how captivating he was and how high his performance quality was, and his tone had a really nice, unique way that pulled you in, right? Like, it's respectable for me, which is why I would give him A. So I'll say Mr. All Red. Mr. Headbangs, what I'm going to call him, because you saw how freaking big his headbangs were. I'm going to call him that, and we're going to give him an A. I really liked his performance. Like, look. You could also tell he was living in it because he was sticking his tongue out for about half of that. Like this. He also did pretty good. I'd give him a B. It didn't have like a boom star quality outside of it. But the dance was really nice. He struggled a bit. I'd give him probably a C. This guy's great. He did pretty good too, my God in white. But then he, you know, it was a little bit lagging there. I would give, I'm going to give, what's his name? Rento? I would give him, I'm going to call him Mr. Dancer because I can really tell he has a really nice dance movement quality about him. I'm going to give him a B. Mr. Headbang an A, but I also think it was very smart where he chose to place himself. Online projection. probably score high because of his captivation of performance, right? Like the wave, great choreography set up for him. He has a nice moment there. Yeah, that, he took his tongue out, look at that. I'm not ignorant of that. He's starting to show just a smidgen of fatigue, though. So I would say he would get an A with the stipulation of we would need to see him in the signal song to see if he would actually stay in his level test position. So like he holds on to it, but it is strained. So okay. In all, I think I feel okay with that. I could see Mr. Headbang. If anyone's going to get an A, it would be him. The Mr. Dancer guy I could see move to B. The others I could see low B, high C. There's no one that, like, was a lost cause, but there's, what is it? Based on whenever we hear the vocals, whenever we see the dance, everybody held their own in the dance. The ones that I pointed out stuck out to me in a positive way. And they, at least my guy in the red here, I mean, all of them are wearing red. He didn't give me any room to feel like he wasn't capable of doing what he was supposed to do. And I think that is part of the star quality that gets measured, is the reliability that somebody's going to do what they need to do to be a performer in this space, what they need to do, right? So I think this one worked well for him there. So yeah. That is pretty much it. Out of all the routines, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Out of all the full camps that I watch, because we've seen quite a few, my favorite vocalist has to go to Adam from Honolulu doing Standout Fit In. I absolutely loved his voice. Definitely my favorite vocals that we heard. I would say Peekaboo really stood out to me. The whole team there. I'll say 17 home runs team did very well. I thought it was really cool how you had one of your members be like an obvious A in the land of like non-A's. I'd say Keta, on the 1 or 8. I thought he did fantastic in that. And then I thought Spicy did pretty good. And then I do find it funny how there's a good chance 3 United could be either like phenomenal or really, really bad, but I technically will never know, because the copyright on that one got docked. So, but I had a lot of fun with this. Keep in mind, I'm one perspective of many, and I have zero background information on any of them. Do I think background info, how they carry themselves in the space, how they answer questions, will result in how their routine is perceived? Always. If they are kind, wonderful people who are there for a good time, good vibes, that's going to fare so much better than a prideful individual who thinks they're the hot stuff. Then your panel kind of wants to drop them down a leg, regardless if they're good. We've seen both cases happen. I do think there's one person who did stick out, right? It was this bless his heart where he was trying his best, and it was just really cute to watch him. But I do not think he was going to score higher than an F. I don't remember what dance it was, but I hope they showed in the episode, because I hope he's just an absolute sweetheart. I don't know, though. But yeah, this was great. I'm about to start watching the show. So if you're like, Jess, I want to watch it with you, it is on Patreon for you to enjoy. I am Jess. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye.